Hello my dear children, I hope you all are doing good, and in this particular video we will be talking about all the important questions which is going to come in the board exam. And you might be wondering that the important question which is going to come in the board exam, are you serious, sir? Yes, I am serious. And the question which I am going to say now, which we are going to discuss now, each and everything is going to come in the board exam. As we know very well my dear children that only 5 marks going to come from the chapter number 1. Yes, only 5 marks. Only 5 marks is going to come in the chapter number 1, out of which from the section A, only 2 questions are going to come. Only 2 questions are going to come, and which one carries 1 marks. And in which one question carries 1 mark, the 2 question is going to come from the section A which carries 2 marks. Similarly, from the section C, one question is going to come and each carries 1, and in which carries 3 marks. One question is going to come and which carries 3 marks, and the total number of marks is 5 and the total number of question is 6. That means it is a clear-cut information that 5 marks are going to come from the chapter number 1, and we should not give a lots of time to the particular chapter because only 5 marks is going to come. Similarly, we should give a lots of time to the life process, magnetic effect of electric current, because from the life process 14 marks question is going to come. So you have to make the strategy, the strategy how to build up within 2 months, how to push yourself, how to push your skills so that you can get 80 out of 80. And yes, the important question which I will be discussing, and if a people is doing that much as well as including all the in-text question as well as exercise question, he or she will get 80 out of 80, and I am confirm 102% sure. That means the important questions, how it is important to you, similarly the exercise question, the in-text questions are also important. So without making any delay, let us discuss the number 1 questions which is randomly asked by the board exam, which is frequently asked by the board exam, and I can say the favorite question of the board exam, that is, what is a corrosion? What is a corrosion, or define corrosion? What is corrosion or define corrosion? Give its example and also state its example. Causes, anything. State its example can ask causes, prevention. Okay, what are the causes, beta? The causes is the example is what are the coating on silver as well as green coating on copper. Okay, and what are the causes? Causes, you know very well that the causes of the corrosion is that it gets damaged. The bodies of the car get damages, and also iron rails and all. These are the things. They are the causes. And what are the prevention? How to prevent it? By applying oil, by applying lubricants on the iron, so that it will not get rust. These are the prevention. This is very important. This is very important as well as a frequent question asked by the boards. And another question also very frequently asked. It is one of the most important. It is also the important. That is density. Define density. Define density. How can you prevent it? Write few steps. Write any 2 steps. Any 2 steps to prevent it. Is very important. Another question. These are the question is very important. Who knows if direct question also comes. So again, before also I was saying my dear children, now also I am saying that एक्सरसाइज क्वेश्चन पढ़कर जाना है, और उसके साथ जो भी जितना नीले कलर का लिखा गया है ब्लूप्रिंट उसको भी पढ़कर जाना है. इज इट क्लियर? आते हैं, चलते हैं रेडक्स रिएक्शन के पास. रेडक्स रिएक्शन, व्हाट इज अ रेडक्स रिएक्शन? I don't know. Redox reaction is very important. That RED stands for reduction. OX stands for oxidation redox reaction, जिसमें रिडक्शन और ऑक्सीडेशन का संबंध होता है एक इक्वेशन में, उसे रेडक्स रिएक्शन बोलते हैं। अच्छा, बच्चे बहुत गलती करते हैं क्वेश्चन पढ़ने में। Students does a lots of mistakes, student does a lots of error while reading a questions. Why? Because the questions, because the board exam which they put, the board questions which they comes, they are not easy as it seems. They are easy to write, but they are not so easy as they look, as we look at that, right? So it is very important to read the question thoroughly. Similarly, let me say how the question comes, how the question will come also regarding, regarding redox reaction, that is ZnO plus C, which gives ZnO, Zn plus CO, ठीक है। एक क्वेश्चन दिया गया, लेट्स से फॉर एन इंस्टेंस द क्वेश्चन इज गिवन, for an instance the question is given that this is the equation, state the reaction, state, question दिया गया है, state the reaction, what are the reaction? In the bit 1 it is given reduction, bit 2 it is given oxidation, bit 3 it is given redox reaction, and bit 4 it is given none of this. What will be the answer? The answer will be like, as now you might be thinking that अरे यार इतना सवाल, इतना रसगुल्ला की तरह सवाल है तो सर हमें अच्छे से आता है. That means ZnO, that is ZnO here is what? Gaining of oxygen and the losing of hydrogen is oxidation, and the losing of oxygen and the gaining of हाइड्रोजन इज नोन से रिडक्शन. यहाँ पे तो सर लूज किया है ना ऑक्सीजन, दैट इज ए रिडक्शन. यस रिडक्शन. बच्चे अरे यार रिडक्शन मिल गया, रिडक्शन बच्चे लोग मार देते हैं, बट इट इज नॉट द करेक्ट बिकॉज हियर इज ऑल्सो गेनिंग, कार्बन इज ऑल्सो गेनिंग ओवर हियर, दैट इज हियर इज ऑल्सो नॉन एज ऑक्सीडेशन. देन व्हाट इज जिस इक्वेशन में ऑक्सीडेशन और रिडक्शन का संबंध होता है उसे रिडक्स बोलते हैं. दैट मीन्स द आंसर विल बी रिडक्स रिएक्शन. आंसर क्या होगा बेटा? ना रिडक्स रिएक्शन. इन दिस वे द क्वेश्चन कम्स. You have to be alert while reading the question. You have to be alert by reading the question. You have to read the question thoroughly to get a very an excellent mark. If a student is following this, student is following this, no one can cut your mark, single mark. तुम जो 5 में से चैप्टर 1 से 5 में से कोई एक नंबर भी तुमसे नहीं ले सकता, कोई एक नंबर भी तुमसे नहीं ले सकता बेटा. Remember this. Okay, and also I would like to recommend, please note it down, it's very important, please note it down as much as soon as possible. Another question which generally comes, and they asked like that generally like what is precipitation reaction, give an example. See, you have to memorize all the example, you have to get thorough about all the example, because in the particular chapter देखो ना बेटा, 2 क्वेश्चन ही 1 मार्क का पूछा जाएगा और 3 मार्क का क्वेश्चन एक ही पूछा जाएगा. जो 3 मार्क का क्वेश्चन पूछा जाएगा उसमें से 3 बीट होगा. There will be having a 3 bits of one question. Are you getting or not? That means that there will be having 3 bit in the one question. That means you have to remain thorough about it. If there will be having 3 bit in the one question, that means you are confirmed 1 bit consists of 1 mark. That also become a short questions. Everything in the chapter consists of short questions. Remember this. Okay. What is precipitation reaction? What is precipitation reaction? As well as example. Example is very important. Example. What is precipitation reaction? But you can write it down as soon as possible. So precipitation reaction is a reaction in which two compound mutually reacts to form a insoluble substance. I repeat, 2 compounds mutually reacts to form insoluble substance, उसे बोलते हैं precipitation reaction. Is it clear बेटा? अच्छा, and also neutralization reaction. Neutralization reaction. What is a neutralization reaction? Along with this example. Example is very important. You have to go through it. You have to go through each and every examples, and not only that, and all the equations also, all the chemical equation, वो बहुत आता है, बहुत आ जाता है. I think you have noted down as soon you have noted down everything. If you have not, kindly note it down as soon as possible. Okay, okay, just let me erase it, beta. Now the another question, generally it is like, why do we balance the chemical equation? Balance the chemical equation. Why do we balance the chemical equation? We balance the chemical equation because of the laws of conservation of mass, because the atom is neither be created nor be destroyed. Why do we balance the chemical equation? We used to balance the chemical equation because of the laws of conservation of mass. Okay, this much only in the 1 mark question you have to write it down, nothing more. Only if there is having a question of 1 mark, remember my dear children, you have to give only 1 or 2 sentences, that is a bullet points. You have to write the bullet points, that is a 1 or maximum 2 sentence. There are many people, they used to write a story, they used to write a lengthy. No, you should not do in this way. Is it clear to you all? Chalo, another question, very important question also, that see, in 2018 or 17 the question came in this way, that how people used to do wrong, how students used to do wrong. I am making you aware, I am making you alert. जो बच्चे जो पहले किए हैं, I repeat, I am personally mentoring you that you should not do the same kind of mistake again. You should not do the same kind of error again. बच्चे जो पहले से गलतियां किए हैं, तुम वो बार बार मत करो. जैसे का क्वेश्चन मिला था, like state the types of energy flows of chemical reaction. That means what? अच्छा, you might be thinking, अरे यार सर कितना इजी क्वेश्चन डाल देते हैं. हाँ, state the types of energy flows of chemical reaction. State at least one example. Okay, see, many people as well as the student, they used to do wrong over here, and they have done the frequent wrong also. The question is saying that state state the types of energy flows of chemical reaction. बच्चे बोलता है, अरे यार सर कितना रसगुल्ला जैसा सवाल है, तो हमें आता है. The types of chemical reaction are combination reaction, displacement reaction, double displacement reaction, displacement reaction, double displacement reaction, decomposition reaction. But actually the problem lies within themselves, that they don't read the question. The question is asking over here is energy flows. How many energy flows reaction are there? There are only 2, which is there in the standard 10. That is exothermic, endothermic. उसके बाद बच्चे 6 घंटा 8 घंटा 10 घंटा पे मेहनत करके जाते हैं, एग्जाम के बाद रो कर आते हैं, सर हमें पता था मगर हम गलती कर दिए. Because of this, because you the people are not reading questions. So always try to be alert while reading the questions, because you know everything, but the matter is you never read the questions thoroughly. So always try to read the question thoroughly. That is the energy flows of chemical reaction, endothermic reaction, exothermic reaction, and also distinguish also come in that. Differentiate also आ जाता है, as well as you have to give the example. Okay, exothermic, heat is released, endothermic, heat is absorbed. I think the concept is clear. As well as you have to give the example of it, and the most one of the important also the question, in the one of the important question, that is respiration reaction, and its equation. What is a respiration reaction? जब तुम खाना खाते हो, ग्लूकोज लेते हो, ग्लूकोज से यूरिन तो जाता है, इनहेल करते हो, एक्सहेल करते हो, that equation which is there in the page number 5. पेज नंबर 5 एनसीईआरटी के पूरा लास्ट पेज में दिया गया है, बड़ा नीले कलर का दिया गया है. थिंग इज क्लियर टू यू. पेज नंबर 5 वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, एंड द इक्वेशन यू हैव टू रीड. हु नोज द क्वेश्चन, अगर डायरेक्ट भी गिर गया तो. साइंस के एग्जाम के पास कमेंट करके बताना। ऑलराइट, चलो बेटा, so let's see another question also, that combination reaction, and I said every example you have to read it, every difficult one, that is a decomposition reaction. It is not a difficult one, but the tricky question comes from that decomposition reaction, very important. Decomposition reaction. In the decomposition reaction from 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, it is repeating. The repetition is going on. The repetition is going on through the decomposition reaction. That is, कभी किसी एग्जाम में थर्मल डिकम्पोजिशन आता है, तो कभी फोटो डिकम्पोजिशन आता है, तो कभी इलेक्ट्रोलाइटिक डिकम्पोजिशन आता है. देख लेना मेजरमेंट, यू कैन चेक इट फ्रॉम 2015 to 2020. every year the question is going to come in this way. And the types of decomposition reaction is photo decomposition. What is a photo decomposition? Photo decomposition means when the reactants break down itself with the presence of sunlight, with the presence of light. लाइट में जब रिएक्टेंट को ब्रेक होता है बेटा, उसे फोटो डिकम्पोजिशन कहते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल, वेरी 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 इंपॉर्टेंट, 2018 2017 लास्ट ईयर ऑल्सो इट केम. व्हाट इज द क्वेश्चन? दैट इज AgCl2. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. AgCl, silver chloride. When the silver chloride is kept under the sunlight, state the color it forms, that is a gray, or else also you can say silver. And also it comes, write the chemical equation and even balance it. So AgCl जब सनलाइट में रखा जाता है, जब ब्रेक डाउन करता है AgCl, when the AgCl is used to get break down, it forms like Ag plus Cl2. After doing a balancing, 2AgCl2. This very important this is. And also one of the important, that is AgBr also it is there. You can, and AgCl2 AgBr is very, after that thermal decomposition. Thermal decomposition reaction. What is the thermal decomposition reaction? Thermal decomposition reaction, जब एक reactant, when the reactant break down by the help of heat. फॉर एग्जाम्पल CaCO3 जब उसे हीट देता है तो कुछ इस प्रकार का फॉर्म होता है, दैट इज कैल्शियम ऑक्साइड प्लस CO2 कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. सिमिलरली फेरस सल्फेट crystallization. Okay, in this way CaCO3 and also another, that CuCO3 copper sulfate, when it get heated it forms CuO plus CO2. These are the example, is very important. And the electrolytic decomposition you have to read by your own. One of the question, that is, why do we apply paint on iron? Why do we apply paint on iron? These are the things, but you have to read it and you have to remember. After the displacement reaction, what is a displacement reaction? Displacement reaction is a reaction in which high reactive metal displaces less reactive metal. You have to learn the examples, and the most important, activity series. Reactivity series you have to learn it better, because the reactivity series gonna help you a lot, because it will play a double as well as a vital role in the chapter number 3, metal and non-metals. Coming a double displacement reaction. What is a double displacement reaction? Double displacement reaction is a reaction in which the two compounds mutually share their ions. For example, Na2SO4, sodium sulfate. When the sodium sulfate reacts with barium chloride, and after react, what it forms, like NaCl plus BaSO4. This is the example of double displacement reaction as well as a precipitation reaction. Is it clear? So I hope everything is clear to you. So see you everyone in the next lecture. Till then, take care. Cheers, and make your parents proud.